Hi.
Hi.
So, unfortunately, the story of how Mike proposed to me is getting shorter each time I tell it. So, we've decided to capture the whole story in its unedited full version on video for friends and family to take a look at. So, yes, or Monday was the anniversary of Mike and my first date. And when we first met, we only had a couple of days before he left me and moved back to New York for
Left you.
6 months.
Right.
And so we decided to try and recreate the whole 3 days. So Monday we went to Movement and we went rock climbing. And originally we had met up like 3 hours later and gone out again on Pearl Street Mall.
At night.
Yeah, but this time we kind of went straight from the gym. We went down to the mall and then we were hungry. So we had dinner. But then when we had dinner, we ruined our appetite so we couldn't have ice cream, which was part of the original date. And it was also really rainy and cold on Monday.
But we did go walk down to the stream and we talked a little bit.
Yes.
And, last year we had jumped fully clothed into the stream around midnight, but this year we kind of copped out and jumped into about this much of water.
And I was very grateful for being able to get away with that.
Yeah.
I would have
it was not the
gotten
nicest day.
hypothermia. But so on our second date last year, we'd gone for a hike. We'd actually done the Royal Arch hike up at Chautauqua. And so this year we're going to go on a hike too, but we decided to go someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Tuesday, weather was not cooperating, and around 4 o'clock when Mike got off work, it was kind of rainy and overcast, and
Dark clouds.
we decided we're going to do this hike anyway. So I start getting ready for the hike and getting my shoes and backpack and water and stuff, and the doorbell rings. And so I go and answer the doorbell and actually have them here so I can show. Mike comes to the door with a bouquet of beautiful flowers. Yes, exactly
No babies,
like that.
actually.
The vase was part. But yes, so very, very nice to start our date off. And so I was really happy and put the flowers in some water, and we packed up the dogs and went up to El Dorado Canyon, which is this really pretty area just like 15 minutes south of Boulder. Lots of rock climbing cliffs. There's a little river that runs through it. And we got there and started hiking up the canyon. And surprisingly, the clouds started to clear and it started to get sunny and pretty out.
Sun broke through the clouds.
And so we kept going on our hike.
With the dogs.
And Mike pulls me over.
We walked past this really nice pine tree, so I kind of pull her back and lean her against the tree, and I kiss her.
And then he says, "I have something for you." And I'm kind of like frozen, like, wait, I mean, I know it's coming at some point, but is this it? And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out a chocolate bar, which is very nice. But yeah,
Flowers, chocolate.
Yeah. So that was nice. But for a second I was frozen, and then I realized it was just chocolate.
Well, you kind of knew it was coming. I had to, spice it up a little bit, right?
Right. So
Anticipation.
we keep going.
Liz impatient. Here.
Yes, that's true. So we keep going on our hike up the mountain and eating chocolate. And the hike actually goes on forever. There's no peak. There's no like summit lookout view or anything like that. So we were kind of talking about where should we turn around on the hike, because it's, we still want to go out to dinner that night and do some other things for the date. And Mike was like, well, let's go a little bit further because maybe we'll find a place where we can sit down and talk for a minute.
It was a little hot.
Yeah, and take a break.
That was my excuse.
Oh, yeah. So we keep going around the bend a little bit further, and we find this perfect spot. It is on one of the switchbacks, right on the corner. It looks down the valley and the canyon,
Nice view.
out over the mountains. It's beautiful. The sun is shining. It's typical Boulder blue sky with
puffy white
fluffy
clouds.
And there's a log there for people to sit on. Great. So we sit down there, and he holds me, and we talk about how much we love each other and how happy we are we found each other,
How lucky we are.
how lucky we are, how grateful we are for this, what we like about each other. And then he says, stand up because I want to give you a big hug. So I stand up and he gives me a big bear hug and his backpack's on the ground next to him. And so he gets down on one knee and he says, I have something else for you.
And I open the bag.
And he pulls out this box, which is surprisingly quite big for a ring.
Bigger than my head.
And again, I'm kind of frozen. Is this it? Why is the box so big? That's going to be way too big of a ring. And I open it up, and there is a tiara.
What about the
In the
paper,
box.
honey?
The paper. Oh, okay. There's pink. There's pink tissue paper in the box too. And so there's a tiara, and I kind of like squeal and
Jump up and down.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool! Like,
And-
what a great, what a great thing for their anniversary.
And she seems really psyched. I'm
Yes.
like,
I'm gonna put it on right now.
I'm like, this is the moment. I already have her happy. How can I go back from here?
So he's still there
On my knee.
on bended knee, and he says, I have something else for you.
No.
No. He says, and can I ask you something? And I'm like, sure.
Can
Maybe.
I ask you something? Kind of
And-
quietly, slowly.
Mhm.
And I pause a moment.
Mhm.
What do I say? I say, would you be my wife? Will you marry me?
And it was perfect.
And
And-
she said yes.
Oh, I did, obviously. Right.
And then she jumped up and down and hugged me.
And
And
then we
kissed
took a lot
me.
of
Kissed me
pictures.
briefly. Then there was a big hug.
Uh-huh. And then I actually looked at the ring.
And I had a little bit of glistening in my eye. Did you?
I did. I was a little misty-eyed.
Were you?
Yeah, but I just sort of felt.
I was kinda hoping for-
Yeah, I was surprised I didn't like bawl. I just I felt very full in my heart. I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if we can do the close up of the ring, but it's pretty, and there are some pictures for family people that are interested.
Mm-hmm. And I took a bunch of pictures of her. I wish I had taken a picture of her on the log, but a bunch of pictures, and we sat around for a while. And then this family comes along hiking down the trail back down, and the dogs are kind of barking. She's like, Jolie, whatever, and I say, call them over, and then she says, we're getting married, and it was so cute. It was so cute.
Aw.
This huge grin on her face and kind of like a little squeal in it, and it was awesome. And
Okay.
then we get some more pictures, and then we head down, and then she starts recreating the story with like mood
Yes.
and describing it, and that inspired this
Yes.
this little YouTube video.
Hope you enjoyed.
Thank
We
you.
love you guys and look forward to seeing you at the wedding or at the big party in Colorado.